and gentlemen, to another Geek Culture Congress. I am one of your hosts, Luis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, along with the very talented and funny Tarek Lewis. Tarek, what's going on?
That intro never gets old.
I'm sticking with it, and I'm never changing it, okay?
All right, there we go. Lock that in.
Tarek, what's going on, man? We're going to talk about some Deadpool 2. If you missed our spoiler-free edition of Deadpool 2, our review of Deadpool 2 spoiler-free, I invite you to stop this this recording right now and go listen to that first.
Yeah.
Because we are going to spoil everything about Deadpool 2 today.
We are going to break it down and destroy it and then argue over it.
And argue about it,
over
yes.
a pit of fire. But we're all healed because we have Deadpool powers now.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's got really nerdy just there.
We're gonna hopefully get Joey Franchise in here. He works on a different timetable than us, so
he's coming off the bench.
He's coming off the bench, probably gonna come in and give his 2 cents in and walk out.
Of the quarter, yeah.
He comes off the bench, throw him in there till he burns out, and then he gets out. It's all good. All right, so Deadpool 2. The opening sequence is interesting because it's just him kicking butt. He is doing the superhero killing bad guys.
It starts with him exploding?
Yeah. Oh, yes, that's right. It does start with him exploding. You're kind of like, all right. And he has the little Logan.
Yeah, the Logan doll.
Little tribute to Logan toy doll, there. Yeah. Tribute to the Logan movie there.
Yeah.
That he has, which just was funny. And then he tries to try to cash all his chips in and kill himself, which I guess is kind of hard if you just regenerate by just your
it
having
becomes
your
a
head.
struggle. Yeah, it becomes a struggle.
I'm sure it hurts because that hurts.
Yeah,
every time he gets shot, he's like, "Ow."
Yeah. So we just this lawyer recently just got in trouble for making some disparaging comments about immigrants. It's like trying to repair his career. It's like it's fruitless, bro. It's over.
It's a wrap, bro.
It's the opposite of Deadpool. It's like it can never be over. Yeah.
All right. So he is doing his killing his targets, and especially if they're bad guys, and he's taking that contract and he's taking them out. So there's a bunch of cool action sequences, really good action sequences, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that beginning part a lot.
We get to see Deadpool cut loose on his abilities. Yeah.
And there's a bunch of funny ones too, a bunch of odd ones. I can't quite. I guess everything's just getting foggy right now. Maybe I need to go see it another second time. But
now speaking of this is all tying in, he fights a lot of people who are clearly not from this country. He's fighting Serbians and Japanese and some people I assume are Armenians. Just based off
all the Ians and the Eases.
Yeah, yeah.
So he misses a target, and that leads on to the next plot device, which is actually his anniversary with his girlfriend, Vanessa.
Fine.
And he misses his target. He goes back to his girlfriend, to the apartment. They start talking about having a family, and this is a part where we kind of pull on those heartstrings of this movie, which is comes out of left field because we expect a bunch of nonsense and violence and ultra violence and stuff like that. But there was some touching parts in this movie, so this is definitely one of them. And he decides to have a family, start a family, and they're talking about that, and he, unfortunately, because he didn't kill that last person, that gentleman comes back, had followed him back to his apartment, and when he busts in, he gets a lucky shot past Deadpool, and Vanessa gets hit, and she passes away.
She's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
He does get the guy back though by I think he runs into the car and slams the car into something,
which is was kind of upsetting for me because I was really just watching the movie for that actress.
I was 30% there for her. I'll be honest with you.
She's one of my favorite actresses. So I need to get into some more Gotham, actually.
Yeah, she's on that Firefly.
She does that with her actual husband, so I don't know if I'm. That kind of turns me off.
Yeah, it's like when a girl on Instagram gets a boyfriend. It's like, you lost a follower. I'm sorry. You know why I was here.
But yeah, I was kind of upset about that. But we get to see a little bit more of her later on. But to not get ahead of ourselves. This goes back to the beginning scene, which was so important that Tarek brought it up, and I forgot. This is why he kills himself, because he decides, Yeah. Well, long story. Oh, before that, he does kill the gentleman that killed his girlfriend. Throws him in front of a bus with himself because he can't die, and he can regenerate himself, which goes to the part of him blowing himself up with maybe 4 tons of TNT, maybe, or whatever it was, plastic or whatever.
Everyone else in the building be damned.
So he's in little Deadpool pieces. And I guess word got out to the X-Men folks, and I guess Colossus decided to go check out his buddy, or at least bury his buddy. And he decides to. I guess he notices that Deadpool's kind of still alive, and regenerating. So I think he sews them together and he drags them in a body bag there, or
kind of starts putting them back together. I want to say he brings them in a bunch of bags, like it
was one. I thought it was just one body bag, one big body bag.
It might have been. I know he was carrying his legs at one point. But anyway, it was pretty cool. He drags them back to the X Mansion.
Yeah,
and puts them back together. And so it was a Humpty Dumpty situation, which I thought was kind of cool. This is where the
it was kind of like that, like, you know, you kind of who's gonna put the Deadpool back together again, physically and mentally, because you know he's dealing with the loss of a woman of his dreams, a woman that he wanted to have a life with.
This is where the movie automatically started getting better than the first one to me.
Yeah, really.
Now we got a storyline, we got a loss, we got a redemption story, we got a friend trying to help, and we got superpowers. And then when we get to the X Mansion, some great moments at the X Mansion.
That's right. I forgot to mention that in the whole death of Vanessa, which is very important to later on when we talk about the only thing he has left of her as a memento is a skee ball token.
Yeah,
which is very important to later on in the movie. So I just want to throw that in there right now before we move on to the X Mansion part. So he's recovering at the X Mansion because Cyclops, wrong X-Men, Speedy, wrong X-Men. Colossus helped puts them together, and he's his buddy. And Colossus recommends, "Why don't you join us, the X-Men? To help feel better about you, be a hero like us,
Yeah.
So some cutscenes, some surprise cutscenes here and there. In the X Mansion that we didn't expect. We get a little, how should I say it? We said we're going to ruin everything for them, right? Yeah. So we get that little cutscene of the cast of X-Men, the younger cast, should I say, not the old school cast, but the
X-Men, the last from X-Men Apocalypse.
The Apocalypse people.
Yeah. It's kind of a lot of callbacks in this movie. So he does a callback to like, why aren't any of the X-Men ever in the budgets? And then we get a shot of the X-Men Apocalypse cast.
Yes.
Which was dope.
And, of course, back again is the Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and with a special surprise guest.
Yeah.
Her girlfriend.
A fellow X-Man and a girlfriend.
Yeah.
And the girlfriend was her name again? Really
Yukio.
Yukio. Yeah. Which I thought was, in the comic books, I wanted to say was a girlfriend of Wolverine, but, this comic books, who knows? Mariko was the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, this is, I like this character, Yukio.
Yeah.
Because she consistently really likes Deadpool for some reason. She has a strange bond with him, so she's always like, "Hi, hi Deadpool." Yeah, whatever you call it. Wade.
Like,
hi Wade.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a weird thing, but it's cool. In the middle of our review, has finally joined us, Mr. Joey Franchise, the world famous Joey Franchise,
hot off the bench,
hot off the bench,
radio legend.
Ready to go.
So Joey, we got into the catch you up. We got into the beginning of Deadpool, the death of Vanessa, and right now he is recovering at the X Mansion. We get the X-Men cameo. Quick X-Men cameo,
which is awesome. I'm glad we got to see that.
Yeah, that wasn't cool.
But it was McAvoy, right? Not Stewart.
It was McAvoy. Yeah,
yeah. It was a new cat, the young cat.
So I'm trying to figure out
the young X-Men guys,
where that part of the timeline is between that and like.
It's got to be in between
with like the first X-Men movie.
After.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
It's got to be in between this Apocalypse Now to the to whatever next movie they're making. That's what this movie's got to be.
So that's that Apocalypse was what, in the 80s?
Yeah, Apocalypse was definitely set in the 80s.
So Deadpool is set This is interesting, man.
Right?
This is
I think we have
Fox. I don't think Fox thought this one through, man.
I think the plot hole hound is
I'm
out
here.
again.
I told you I came ready, man.
What kind of cell phones did we have then? Let's
Wow,
see.
man. Shooting from downtown.
What kind of cell phones did we have in this Deadpool movie? I don't remember.
Yeah, 'cause
I wasn't paying
that's probably
attention.
one of the biggest things that threw me off in the theater. It was like, okay, that's McAvoy, Professor X. And so what year are we in? Are we in like early 2000s, like 90s?
Yeah.
And, like at what point did it become Patrick Stewart, Professor X? You know what I mean? Because that X-Men movie was what, 2001 or something like that?
2001, yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know.
I'm lost. Fox, we need answers.
I don't think Fox cares anymore.
Nah, I don't think they care. As soon as that
They're just trying to
Disney
cash
deal,
some checks before they get that Disney deal
as soon as that
through.
Disney deal hits.
All right, so his first mission as an official X-Men in training, I guess, because he has the X-Men in training suit on.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what makes any difference between that.
Trainee!
It's like,
Funny. It was so funny.
like cops don't shoot me because I'm a trainee still.
you get the
you know?
trainee
I don't
joint
know.
on, yeah.
Anyway, but they get called to a disturbance, which we get our introduction to the young Fire Fist, which is Russell Collins in the story.
Awful name, and I'm glad they alluded to how awful that name is.
Fire Fist?
Fire Fist.
Why is it a Huffle?
It's like a villain in DuckTales, you know? Like Gizmo Duck versus Fire Fist.
But the fire comes from his fist. What do you want to call him?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Fireball?
Yeah, no, that's even worse. That's from the Running Man. Great Easter egg, though. I think the place that Fire Fist is at is called the Essex House.
Ah, yes. And
That
Mr.
was
Essex
good.
is, I think, Mr. Sinister.
Mr. Sinister,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And what I like here is that the world knows about the X-Men, apparently. They show up in the Blackbird, the jet, and everybody's like, oh, the X-Men on the news, like the X-Men have arrived. And it's, so we're going to... They're established. They're established.
Everybody
definitely knows, and everybody knows.
Well,
about
if you watch the other, what's the other TV show? The
Gifted. The
Gifted. They're established in that.
Established in there,
continue, but they've gone for some reason.
So we get Deadpool versus Fire Thumbs here.
Kind of, sorta. But he's really trying to talk him down, and he decides. Deadpool realizes in the time of him trying to talk him down that he's actually being abused at this orphanage that he's at. So Deadpool, in his Deadpool way, decides to put a cap in the brain of one of the nurses there.
Right.
Yeah.
Trying to recapture Fire Fist. I'm sticking with Fire Fist, guys.
That's his name.
Yeah,
I mean,
Fire Fist. Okay.
I'm
sticking with Fire Fist for sake of time. Okay.
Listen, I don't like the name Colangelo, but it's a name. It's our reality.
He's getting into some problems now, and of course the Colossus stops him, and they're both arrested now, and they both go
Fire Fist
into
and
their
Deadpool.
I guess what they call their Supermax prison over there, the Icebox.
Yeah.
And it's an isolated prison for criminals, and we do establish the same thing that happens in The Gifted.
Yeah.
Those collars that suppress the mutant powers. And we see that again here. I just wanted to point that out in this movie. So we might have some links yet again to the TV and the movie X-Men universe. So
now this is where the prison scene is where the movie gets better than the other Deadpool to me, because there's some great Easter eggs. We're gonna probably talk about Black Tom Cassidy.
Yeah.
I heard that name. I was like, oh, Black Tom Cassidy, this is great. Yeah. And we get to see sensitive Deadpool again.
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's kind of sensitive when you can actually really die now.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He doesn't have the regenerated powers because he's got that collar on.
Right.
So he's kind of he has a little rough time there in the icebox with his new buddy.
Because his cancer, too, when he has that collar on his cancer,
he was actually dying little by little by cancer. And that only thing that was keeping him alive was his powers. But we get our introduction to the famous Cable.
Yeah,
Right.
so we go
Cable,
into the future.
Mm-hmm.
And
So we see in a bunch of cutscenes that I guess the future Fire Fist kills Cable's family.
yeah.
And he's probably a little pissed. So
he's tight.
Yeah, Cable's got the power, the ability to go back in time with a device.
Mm-hmm.
So he decides to go back in time and take care of Fire Fist for good when he's younger and weaker and stupider, I guess.
Yeah, one of these shows we got to discuss who we would kill back in time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going Hitler. There's a gentleman that picked on me in 7th grade. Now I haven't quite recovered yet, so he would definitely catch his hands.
He'd have to catch hands.
You go back in time just to catch the hands.
Catch these hands, man.
Oh man!
Back in young junior high, I'm
Hey, remember me?
I'm traumatized.
So Cable goes back. He breaks into the icebox. He attacks the kid. Wilson tries to defend him. He actually finally gets the collar broken, so he has a fighting chance now against Cable. Unfortunately, in that whole tussle, Cable, Deadpool kind of talks to Cable and says, "Listen, man, I really don't care about the kid," and yada yada yada. And Fire Fist hears that, and he's kind of like, "Man, this guy was my friend.
Yeah, screw this."
Yeah, so he's like, "Screw him," and he kind of like helps him along his darker path now. You know,
Fire Fist. Yeah, you can. It's starting to make more sense now. Yeah,
he's a very sensitive kid, man. I don't know how I was that sensitive when I was that young.
Yeah, you probably were. Like a soft kid like that would probably came up with the name Fire Fist. Like that's probably a source of his sensitivity. No one wants to hang out with me. Well, you're Fire Fist, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah. So the great thing about the prison scene too is the kid is funny. The kid is hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
And he's like really, really ready for jail. Way too ready for jail.
Super ready. He was trying to pick on everybody at the lunch table.
Yeah, he's like starting fights. It was great, man. It was like a mix between Degrassi High and Oz. I really enjoyed those scenes. Yeah.
Interesting way to put it.
We get a little fight scene of Deadpool and Cable, and Cable gets a little bit of the best of him, somewhat in some of the fights and some of the skirmishes, should I say? And he does take the skee ball token away from Deadpool to remind him of him. So Deadpool, Wade is a little pissed off about that. He pushes him outside of the icebox prison. Also, just another note that we need to talk about before we move on from this scene is there's a super duper powered mutant individual who's in that icebox with them.
Yeah,
big guy,
and we don't know who it is yet.
Yeah,
but later on in the movie we'll get introduced to him. So being the survivor that Fire Fist is, he decides to buddy up with him and bring him his lunch and make some connections. So he has that card to pull whenever he needs it.
Yeah.
So he makes that connection with that guy, obviously, because he's still stuck in the jail.
Mm-hmm.
He after that he tries to get the X-Men to help him after Deadpool escapes the icebox. He tries to get the X-Men to help him, Maurice Colossus to help him to rescue the kid. And unfortunately, this time, since Colossus is a little pissed off at him because he decided to pop a cap in somebody's head.
Yeah.
The last time, he doesn't go for it this time. He decides not to help him. And long story short, Deadpool has this bright idea to pull a team together himself. And that's where we get our Deadpool 2 version of X-Force.
Oh, man.
And
this was hilarious.
It was funny because it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah, that's like the key thing for this movie for me was like, okay, we know what they're going to do here. It's like, oh, they changed it. They just wasn't what I expected. So this is like definitely one of the best parts of the movie for me was the recruitment of X-Force, so to speak. So it's Bedlam. We got Bedlam.
Vanisher.
Who?
I'm sorry. Before we get into of course, there was a cut scene. Of course, a coming to Jesus scene. I like to say,
Okay.
A little heaven scene of Vanessa and Wade, because it was actually he thought he was going to die
throughout the movie.
But that happened before the decision to do the X-Force. And he decides, well, great, I'm here in heaven. I'm going to go to Vanessa, but he can't penetrate the wall. And Vanessa tells him, just because your heart is not in the right place. And so when he gets sent back to Earth, or to the living people, where the living people are at, to his body, he decides to that he needs to help that kid.
Yeah,
that's his ticket to heaven, to be with Vanessa in heaven, is to help the kid and save him from being returned back, obviously, to the Excess House. That's where they're probably going to send him back.
Yeah.
Those are the people who really want him back anyway. So Is it?
No, he's trying to prevent Cable from killing him.
Right.
Cable's gonna kill. Yeah,
Cable's gonna kill the kid. Yeah. And then plus it's still gonna go back to it's like a double. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like there's no good options for the kid right now.
Right.
Yeah. So okay, so he's going to the X-Force, and you know, they introduce some of the characters, and were like what I expected. You know. The one of the aliens, I forget the name of it, Shatterstar, I believe.
Shatterstar?
Yeah, Shatterstar. That was a Shatterstar.
Shatterstar, he said his ability was I'm just better at things than you. Which sounds like a fellow employee. I won't say who it is.
And then the breakout star of the X-Force we get introduced to, which is Domino. We get our
she's awesome.
Domino
I think
character,
so amazingly gorgeous.
Which if you didn't know, just a little trivia, Domino was introduced with Deadpool in the New Mutants comic book, which was his first introduction to the Marvel universe in the comic book. So it's only right that he is in, you know, she is finally introduced in the movie.
Yeah.
But her superpower is kind of weird. It is a luck ability. Yeah. Things seem just to go her way whenever she needs it to go her way, and it comes out pretty well in the
and just
movie.
Happen to be good at fighting. Yeah, really good at fighting.
Yeah,
it just random good stuff happens. Like I'm gonna get shot in the head. Oh, well, the bullet missed, or
it's like being Brad Pitt.
Well, talking about Brad Pitt,
everything just works out. Yeah,
talking about Brad Pitt, he had a little scene there. He's actually the Vanisher guy. Yeah. And long story short, Deadpool puts the whole team together. He picks his team, and he picks another guy called Peter. Which is Peter was a very important and very funny part. Because Peter has no power, so he was just like, "Hey, you're on the team too."
Yeah, I just saw the ad.
I just saw the ad, you know, and decided maybe it might be for me.
Peter's going through a midlife crisis. I understand where it's coming from.
So he gets the whole team together, and they are, I guess they're transferring. They're trying to transfer Collins somewhere.
Yeah, they're trying to transfer the kid.
Mm-hmm. Probably back to the Sussex house, maybe.
No, I think they're taking just several other prisoners because the prison got messed up when Cable came.
Yes, that's right.
So they're moving them
on to another prison. Yeah, now it makes sense. Now I remember now.
Yeah.
So that's their chance to try and rescue the kid, or at least stop Cable from killing the kid. Because I believe that's the best chance for Cable to pop a cap in him.
Yeah. Now there's a scene here that's really funny to me. It's Cable and I don't remember his name. The guy who's like Deadpool's informant, the one who helps him.
Oh, T.J. Miller's character.
T.J. Miller's character, yeah.
I forgot his name.
His buddy.
Yeah.
His bar buddy.
Him and Cable is hilarious because Cable's like, I'm going to interrogate you and I'm going to torture you. And the dude's like, I'm just going to tell you everything.
He's going to tell you everything you need to know, man.
And I hate to admit it. That'd probably be me. Like, don't ever listen. I can't have NSA secrets. Because the moment.
Just remember, this is on the record, okay? So when you pass that CIA exam, they're going to.
Don't hire me. The moment they give me tea too hot, I'm going to be like, yo, I can tell you exactly where the nukes are if I'm being honest with you. They just can't know I said it.
Oh, man. So they make the assault to the descent, or they decide to drop in Army Commando style. And unfortunately, it doesn't go well for a lot of the new X-Men.
Because T.J. Miller's character warned them about the wind.
That's right.
There's going to be high winds.
Weasel.
Yes. Oh, we got the taxi cab driver also.
Yeah.
He's also on.
He's always in that movie. Yeah.
And those winds.
Let's put it this way: those winds kill about everybody. Pretty much everybody except for Deadpool, and because he can't be killed, and Domino because she's just super lucky.
This is maybe one of my favorite sequences in comic book film ever.
Yeah.
Because it's like, here we go, X-Force. They're about to get into it. We're about to see what everybody can do. And they just all die. Just slowly.
Just imagine that happened in Infinity War. All right, we're going to go tackle Thanos.
And the spider legs don't work, you know.
The other one dead. The other one dead.
Malfunction in Iron Man's armor.
It's just so hilarious.
Thanos picks Hulk over his head and smashes him Bane style across his knee.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out after each one was dying different ways. See, it became Final Destination. That's a great thing about this movie. It's like 6 movies in one. Right. You know. So we got Oz, we got Degrassi High, we got Final Destination, we got What Dreams May Come if he can't get to heaven. It's perfect.
Oh man. So of course, Cable makes his shot to try and take out Fire Fist, and Deadpool and Domino work together, and they get to stop him. Not before Collins frees his buddy, his ace in the hole, to help him out, which is, we long behold, the mighty Juggernauts.
Which happened to be Fox's ace in the hole.
Yeah.
How are we going to still compete? Or redo the Juggernaut?
What I did not know about the Juggernaut is the fact that Ryan Reynolds actually did the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Really?
just heard this today. Someone told me.
Also, was all CG? I thought they
All
took
CGI.
somebody. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And he
That's
did. I
interesting.
think he did some of the the body positioning for it too. But he did the voice. It was his idea to put Juggernaut in there.
Interesting. Interesting.
But the best Juggernaut I've seen.
Yeah.
We've only seen
Yeah.
two, but I
like
like the
it.
voice. He
I
was
dig
legit.
it.
It reminded me of the character from the cartoon.
Yeah.
I was hyped about the
And I
Juggernaut.
love the fact that they threw that little Easter egg about Professor X, then him acknowledging that that's his brother and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was cool.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think they did a great job with the Juggernaut.
I liked it. I liked it. I like it when he was introduced. Of course, Juggernaut destroys a truck, and Collins and him escape. Cable misses because Deadpool and Domino got in his way. Then we get the infamous Flash scene, the infamous star scene, which is Deadpool is regenerating because he was damaged
Oh yeah,
from the bottom down.
Juggernaut ripped him in half. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juggernaut ripped him in half. But, he can't die, so,
Yeah.
He's regenerating in his apartment with his blind lady buddy.
Yeah.
And buddies are come talk to him about what happened. And, yeah, he's not quite all covered up there. And
That
we
was
see I don't know if that's a
Basic
stunt double.
Instinct
I don't know if
style.
that's a stunt double, a stunt double junk or the real Ryan Reynolds junk, but it was still kind of disturbing
It was
to watch.
wet Ryan Reynolds, I would say. I like that reference. It was a Basic Instinct.
It was kind of a basic, yeah.
thing.
It was. And then our Cable shows up, and before they decide that we're going to have a battle right then and there, which would kind of probably be difficult for Deadpool because he's still in little baby feet.
Right.
Yeah.
We get a pretty funny scene of Cable there trying to talk serious with Deadpool, half of his junk sticking out. But Cable says, he explains to them why he's trying to kill Fire Fist, and he offers to work with them to try and stop his downwards or his first murder. Once he has that first murder, Cable tells him that's his down spiral, and he just don't care about anybody. And he's just going to start killing people no matter what. So they all agree, and they decide that they take a good guess, or at least an educated guess, who's the first target of Fire Fist is going to be, and that's of course the people who abuse them, the guys at the Essex orphanage. So. Mm-hmm. They show up there. Of course, Fire Fist beats them to it, and he's there with his buddy Juggernaut. And battle ensues. We get the battle again with Juggernaut, but then Colossus actually shows up.
That was awesome.
To back up, and Negasonic, Teenage Mutant Warhead, shows up.
And Yukio, can't forget
Yukio shows up too.
Yukio was dope. Hey, Yukio.
Yeah.
So they help up to booster their the team. And
so I was excited about seeing Cable take on Juggernaut and seeing him take on Juggernaut, just seeing him in action. But when Colossus showed up, I was like, oh, this is what I've always wanted to see this.
Yeah, that was some of the best CGI I've seen in very, very long time.
Really good,
CGI
man.
fighting I've seen in a long time.
Really, really good.
Yeah,
really good.
that was
Ever.
inevitable.
It was a good scene.
Yeah.
It was very entertaining, the Colossus and Juggernaut fight. We have, let's see, Colossus trying to catch up here on my wiki, trying to help me here with my plot dissertation here. Negasonic also arrives. Wilson is trying to talk down. Deadpool's trying to talk down Collins from killing the kid, the actual principal or the main teacher of the headmaster of the place. That guy has been doing the most abusing of him. Mm-hmm. Cable decides to just take a shot at him because he feels like he's just going to kill him anyway. After some long, dragged out dramatic scenes of them trying to talk down the kid and stuff like that, of course. But Deadpool decides to take the bullet. And he jumps in front of the bullet. And he also puts on the jail collar. I guess it was kind of his ticket. He figured, well, might as well get my ticket, check out of here too.
Right.
Save the kid and check out at the same time so I can be with Vanessa.
Yeah.
So he puts the jail collar on and takes the bullet, and then he dies. And he gets reunited with Vanessa. So, of course, because of the sacrifice, Collins, the kid, doesn't decide to kill the headmaster. And this changes the future. We see there's like a little bear, I guess, that was damaged from the fire of when his family was killed, Cable's family, and the bear's finally is okay now. It's not damaged anymore, which alludes to his family surviving now. And then we get a little.
What was that sound?
Yeah,
back to where Vanessa is and. That's my travel to heaven.
Is that what it was? Okay.
Yep,
that's like Gone in the Wind.
Yeah, it sounded like a bluebird just farting.
So he gets to go back. Cable actually uses the last charge in his time traveling device to go back. Instead of going back to his family, he decides to just go back a couple minutes and put the token that he took away from, which why we had to talk about the skee ball token in the beginning of the show.
What did he say? It was like made of pure lead or something like that?
I think so. I don't know. It's an old school. It's an old school skee ball token. So I guess it made as a loose to the timeline of where the movie's supposed to be at, right? Because they're still playing skee ball. You want to play skee ball now. It's hard to get those points. Dave and Buster's will tell you that.
For real,
they got those.
No lie.
They got those trick balls.
Yeah.
But he puts the token in his heart, straps it on him. So when he decides to take the bullet, it gets stopped by the token, and now this time he survives. So, we get a little heartfelt scene with him and Vanessa, and then Vanessa sends him back. Because Cable did this for him. Yeah. And that's it. It's the end of the movie. Collins has been saved. His soul's been saved. He's not going to be a mass murderer anymore. Yeah. They have another heartfelt scene together. The headmaster decides to come out, and I forget who decides to take out the headmaster this time.
Oh, the taxi driver.
Yeah, the taxi driver,
and runs him over.
Pindo.
Yeah. The taxi driver comes out of nowhere and says, "Yeah, I'm here, bitches."
Because the whole movie's dying to be a superhero.
Yeah. So he gets Duppendeer. That's his name.
Yeah. Duppendeer.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So then we get the end of the movie. X4. I guess this is the final X-Force.
Yeah,
which is Colossus, Yukio, Negasonic, Teenage Warhead, and
Deadpool.
Cable, Deadpool. Which I accept that.
Yeah,
that's better than what he started off with. Tell you that. So he has probably the greatest cutscene, mid-credit scene ever. Where he goes back. He brings back Cable's now used up time traveling device, and Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend fix it for him. And he goes, "Yeah, all right, it's cool, it's fixed, yeah." And he decides to go tie up some loose ends in timeline here in the Fox X-Men universe. And the first thing he gets decided to do, I'll let you guys wait. First thing he gets to do,
he brings his girlfriend back.
That's right.
Yeah.
He goes to save his girlfriend. Yeah. So Vanessa survives.
Vanessa's back. Yeah.
Vanessa's back.
She's back, and she'll be back for the third one.
Hopefully, if there's a third one.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah. And he then now goes to kill the version of Deadpool that's in X-Men Origin, Wolverine.
Oh, what a great scene.
That was awesome.
That was awesome because I hate that movie to a score.
I love what he said after he shot him in the head. He's like, just cleaning up some stuff in the timeline.
Yeah, we're right back.
Yes.
And then, which it's controversial to me because if he did this to the timeline, technically there's no Deadpool anymore. And maybe he did this on purpose because he knew there's not going to be another Deadpool. And he goes back in time and kills the actor Ryan Reynolds before he makes the Green Lantern movie.
Yeah.
Which that's a big plot hole for the whole Deadpool universe, man.
Not really. Listen, he calls Cable Thanos. We're stretching imagination.
I guess.
Here.
Yeah. I guess time is malleable.
There's alternate versions of every existence, by the way.
That's true.
That's been proven. Anyway.
In another universe, you're probably a millionaire, Terry.
Well, you don't know how much money I have. I might be just working here for fun. Could be just a hobby I'm doing.
All right. So, yeah, man. That's it for our sport or full Deadpool review. We got into some...
we got to talk about this one thing that... I don't know if you guys caught this. I hope you did. That he calls his daughter Hope.
Yes, that's right.
He calls his
Hope
daughter
Summers.
Hope. Mm-hmm. So if anybody's familiar with the comic book, Hope is one of the first New Mutants after the House of M storyline, where most mutants are depowered.
Right.
And Hope is like the first newborn mutant. She's mad powerful. She can get the Phoenix Force. That's true. It changes everything. I was really excited when I heard the name Hope.
Yeah, that was really dope that they dropped that.
It's going to be interesting what direction. We still have the New Mutants movie coming out. We still have the follow-up to X-Men Apocalypse coming out.
Yep.
Right.
Which none of this merger stuff is going to stop any of that. So let's see what else is in store for Fox's X-Men universe coming up in the future. What do you say?
I say I'm really excited because this was so good and that Cable was pulled off so well. So now they don't really have to do X-Men. They can do X-Force movies and Generation X movies. And, maybe I'm hoping for X-Men vs. Avengers at some point.
Yeah.
I would like to see that maybe 5-6 years down the line.
They'd have to do a messy,
if the Earth is still here.
timeline, universe combination to do that.
I think Secret Wars will definitely, as soon as this merger happens, and I give it probably towards the end of maybe phase 4 of the MCU, once this Fox deal is official, I predict
that's a lot of movies, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot. I think there's gonna be a lot of build up because you're like you said, they're dropping another X-Men movie after the sequel to Apocalypse, which is gonna revolve around the Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
With Deadpool 2 being what it is right now, and I know Kevin Feige does not want to mess up that nucleus that Ryan Reynolds has built with that character and the characters around him.
Is it Feige or Feig? I always say Feig.
Feige.
I think it's Feige. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I've been wrong all this time. My God.
That man's name.
So yeah, I'm excited for not for one for the merger. Two, I really want to see them close out like this, the Fox era, Marvel characters the right way. So as soon as this Dark Phoenix movie is
you got to
over,
give them props. The only people who have actually done it right is Fox. So or at least made some money off of it. Should I say?
Really decent.
I think they're like a 60-40 chance of success every time they put out something. So
yeah,
that's better than a lot of other people.
Absolutely, we know DC is.
Yeah, we know DC is just striking out with Universal
in Crystal Lake with
Universal bomb with the first Marvel movie with their Hulk movie. We get the Ghost Rider. The list goes on and on and on. So it's definitely a good look for Fox. I'm looking forward to seeing the New Mutants to see what direction that movie goes. The horror kind of feel to it.
Because I know they pushed it back.
Yeah, they pushed both of those back. Yeah. I just want to say that Deadpool 2 was better than Infinity War. Come fight me.
It was I gotta watch. I'm gonna go watch it a second time.
It's a class by itself. I like to say Deadpool 2 is
it's a class by itself.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it better than Infinity War. I just think it was for me it was more of a comic relief.
Yeah.
And a lot of fun at the theater just to watch Deadpool, especially after what you saw at the end of Infinity War. So it was just a good relief and a light at the end of the tunnel for now.
I'm big into surprise me, and it surprised me. So
good, yeah, it did too. I did.
Whereas
like
Infinity
too.
War went where I thought it was going to go.
Well, we still got another movie.
Pretty much went where I thought.
We still got another movie. You got to rate the whole body of work, okay? Part 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, the beginning, middle, and end, and all that was predictable.
Yeah, and one thing I will say, Deadpool 2 is definitely. I didn't predict anything of that, and they did a really good job of keeping that Juggernaut. Part secret and on the low.
Yep, they did a really good job of that. All right, guys. Anything else we got going on in geekdom world that I'm forgetting?
Well, Solo's this weekend.
That's right. Solo's coming up.
Yeah.
we completely missed our chance to go see a preview of it. So we do not have a spoiler-free review for you this week. Sorry. No. Thanks to the Sly Fox Club. I'll call them out. Also, add us to your media list, please.
We got just some breaking news too. I think it happened yesterday. I think Jake Gyllenhaal's in talks right now.
Oh yeah, Jake.
Or Gyllenhaal. It's already. I think it's a done deal.
It's done.
That he's Mysterio in the next Spider-Man. Homecoming.
Spider-Man's dead, man. Spider-Man's dead. We talked about this already.
I'm gonna sip this coffee real quick. Let you sit with that right now.
Infinity War fail. That's what this sequel. That's what Part 5 should be called. Infinity War fail.
You don't know, man. It might be good, man.
Yeah,
it might be good.
I like. I'm hyped about that. Jake Gyllenhaal, and they said that Vulture's going to be back. For Spider-Man Homecoming. So which makes me think they're doing a Sinister Six type situation, which I would be really hyped for.
So I guess we're thinking about Venom. What are we gonna do about Venom?
We're gonna watch it and just be
and be totally objective. Destroy it. I'm gonna rip it apart.
I'm gonna be very objective.
Objective?
Yeah.
I'm already gonna go not liking it.
I'm not impressed. So far, I'm not really impressed. I mean, it was the CGI on the Venom. It looked cool for a second.
There's no premise. There's no premise for it. No Spider-Man premise. No. Why have the character with no Spider-Man premise? Why have the universe no Spider-Man?
That's like the Bulls with like just Scottie Pippen. Like
they won 50 games that year. Whatever.
I mean, they were good. Don't get me wrong. It was good. Like Venom's still a good character. Scottie Pippen's still a good player. But it's like, come on, it's Michael Jordan. You gotta have Peter Parker, man. It don't make no sense.
Yeah, or something. There's a whole bunch of Spider-Man. Come on, guys. Let's get creative.
Yeah, we've done enough Spider-Man. Yeah, we've seen him.
It's only gonna get worse. They got this Black Cat and Silver Sable movie coming soon.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
It's about to get worse, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not crazy about these.
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
I really have no idea what Sony's doing. I don't understand why they just want to keep destroring. Like they got a good thing going. Why are you destroying?
You just don't want to give up. What else is going on? I don't know. I'm not caught up on Fear of the Walking Dead yet, but I'm catching up on those things.
Not doing Fear. We got to do Walking Dead. Did we catch up to Walking Dead already?
We'll do that another time.
All right, we need to talk about the disaster that's Walking Dead.
Yeah, we're at odds.
You're caught up on Walking Dead, or are you just not in it? Yeah. Not in it at all.
Not at all.
Me and Tarek are gonna have a little so we got discourse.
We have the Solo movie, and we can talk about the future of
definitely talk about the Solo movie.
Definitely the future of Walking Dead. Definitely. Yeah. And there's some other stuff too. Some Netflix shows that we didn't get into. Mm-hmm. We got Luke Cage coming up soon. Luke Cage is going to be coming up soon, available on Netflix too. So we got a lot of stuff to be talking about in the future. Always stay tuned to Geek Culture Congress. Follow us. We're on Instagram. Follow us at Geek Culture Congress. Follow the Facebook page. Like the Facebook page. Well, I always try and post some new trailers and new news. As I see it, I try and post it on there. So if you follow it, then you'll definitely keep up. Go like Geek Culture Congress on Facebook as well. Tarek, what's going on in your world?
My name is Tarek on Instagram and Twitter. Check out my YouTube channel, just under my name. We'll be adding some stuff very soon. And I have a show on June 23rd at Stageworks Theater. I'll be doing something with Got Jokes, and after that, I'll be doing some stand-up comedy with my homeboy Barry Naylor, filming his DVD special.
Nice. Joey Franchise, let them know.
Okay, continue to follow me at Joey Franchise on Twitter and Instagram. And I'm actually about to go jump on his airwaves right now, 7 to midnight, Wild 94.1. So make sure you tap in.
Go do it. All right, guys. Of course, you can follow me, my Eternal Life, if you care about it. It's DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. All my nerd stuff is usually on my regular Facebook, which is just Luis Gonzalez. But if you search for DJ Speedy Jr., you'll probably find that too. Also, got a song out. It's called Feels Like Summertime. It's streaming all over the place. It's on YouTube. Got the lyric video on YouTube. A little Spanglish, English kind of Moombahton track. Go check it out if you like that kind of stuff. If not, it's okay. It's all right. Keep listening to Geek Culture Congress. And hopefully in a couple weeks or so, we'll be back with some more geek life and geek culture, and talk about everything that's important to you about comic book world and everything geek. So thank you so much for supporting us, and we'll see you guys when we see you.